Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Okay, it's Bumpy here. Okay, back with a bit of an update video today. So I'm going to do a bit of a collection update over the last 2 months where I haven't really been doing much YouTube. Although if you follow me on Instagram, then you may have seen some of these pickups that I put up on there, and also just a bit of a channel update. Maybe if you see my episode of the 39 earlier, although I mean those videos are not that popular, but I'm going with this sort of setup now. I know it's away from my films, but I got a new laptop and it's so much easier for me to just sit here, bang it on, put a couple of films by ear for production value, and I can just record. So doing it this way is so much quicker, and I feel like I can get content out at least every other day, really, doing it like this. So it's just looking for ideas more than anything now. So enough waffle anyway, just to bring myself back in. I'm going to have a bit of a collection update. So yeah, this is everything I probably bought in about the last 2 months. Trying to find it all on the shelves with a bit of a mission. So if I forgot something, I'll show you at a different time. But anyway, so we'll start off just with some sort of standard releases. So I did grab this from the Black Friday sale on Amazon, Gummo. Okay, so this is a 4K. Funny title, is a movie by Harmony Korine. So you probably do know Harmony Korine because he directed Spring Breakers with Franco. What's his first name? Not Dave Franco, is that his brother? The other Franco, the older one. But anyway, yeah, so that's a wicked film, Spring Breakers. I gotta be fair, absolute banging movie. So yeah, this is set in like sort of rundown America, sort of like an industrial part of America or whatever, where there's just poverty and no money, and it just follows these kids like running around, like doing crazy stuff, I suppose. So yeah, it should be pretty good. I'm just having a little look at this. I don't really be anyone famous in it. Well, Chloe Shabani's in it actually, so there is a recognisable name. But yeah, so I haven't watched it yet. It's still in this. I've seen it a long time ago. I like these movies. You sort of watch this if you like movies like Kids. By Larry Clark. Larry Clark and Harmony Korine are sort of together. Harmony Korine also did a documentary called Trash Humpers about real life people who go and having sex with trash. So yeah, make it that what you will. That could be worth a watch. Anyway, but that's Gummo 4K. Nice. Okay, then the next one. This is a bit of a like tearjerker, depressing movie. This is called Dancer in the Dark. This is starring Bjork. So I've always wanted to see this. It's a Michael Haneke film. And I just never got around to watch it. And I always knew it was really heavy and sort of a movie that I would enjoy watching, but as enjoyable as it can be. So yeah, I seen Curzon would bring it out, so I grabbed it. So it's got a lovely slipcover. It's got Braille on as well. So anyone who knows the film knows it about this mother who's losing her eyesight and she wants to like do her best for her child before her eyesight goes. So yeah, it's very depressing. I mean, very depressing. I was upside down there. So there's the inside cover there. That gives it a bit more of a sort of idea of the tone. So I'm sure it's Michael Haneke anyway. I wouldn't just grab that out of the air. So it wasn't. Oh, wait, it's not. It's Lars von Trier. Just totally ignore me. Then I'm not going to go back and edit it out because we all make mistakes, don't we? So it's Lars von Trier. Happy days. So it won the Palme d'Or. So I always try and watch the Palme d'Or winners because they're always wicked films anyway. So yeah. Anyway, that's Dancer in the Dark then. So check that out if you like sad and depressing movies because that's exactly what that is. I did a couple of bits. I got in the Arrow sale. I didn't get much, like, because I'm keeping my money this month for. I got to get the cameras up there now, not on my phone over there. So I keep my money for the Vinegar Syndrome stuff. But I grabbed Switchblade Sisters. Okay, so this is a film that Tarantino always cites as one of his favourites and a big influence on exploitation cinema back in the 70s. It's directed by none other than Jack Hill, who did like Coffee and. Says here, Spider Baby, Foxy Brown, The Swinging Cheerleaders. Foxy Brown, yes, that's an awesome film. Yeah, so this is a good one. This was only £8 in the sale. I watched this last night, actually. Yeah, it's got all your kick-ass biker chicks, the Dagger Debs and the Silver Daggers and all that sort of came. It's like Grease, but, an extreme exploitation version. So, yeah, absolutely wicked film. Switchblade Sisters. And then another one I got, unbelievable value, £8 for Deadstream. I nearly picked this up on release for about £18. So I'm glad I waited because it's down to £8. Awesome slipcover, design on that, proper. And then I switched it underneath, and it has got that underneath as well, but I switched it to this Shudder official kind of one instead. Plenty of extras and all on it. Although not really a film you want to delve into the extras too much, I don't. It's just like a bit of an Evil Dead 2 found footage version. It's a modern day one. It came out like last year, so it's only on for 88 minutes. And the guy in it, he's funny, mind. Fair play to him. Like he is funny, so it's worth a watch. And then Oh God, I've got these wild Cat 3 movies. You don't want to watch these if you have a nervous disposition, okay? I haven't opened this one yet. This one's called Centipede Horror. Okay, so I've heard of this because I watch a lot of YouTube and a lot of like extreme movies and like bad movie Bible and all that caper like. So I've heard of this one, Centipede Horror. I've seen like some clips for it and everything, but yeah, this is Cat 3, but getting along the lines of Extreme 3. It doesn't really give much to the imagination on the back, just the blur. But these are quite expensive. So I seen the Adam in Film Treasures, no chance of a slipcover. They went straight away, but I grabbed it because I know how rare these are. And there's value in these. Like these will never go down in price. They're just going to keep going up. So you're never going to lose money on those. That's how I try and buy my physical media now, mainly with the boutique stuff. If I think it'd lose money, there's not really much point in buying it. But the boutique stuff, dude, is your standard stuff that usually does anyway. So here's another one I got from Film Treasures, another mad Chinese Cat 3 one. This is heavy as well. This is called Red Spell. Spells Red. Okay, again, no slipcover, unfortunately. And the back just gives you the blurb. But it says red spells red is a hypnotic assault on not just the senses but on good taste. From two-time Proto Cat 3 horror screenwriter. There's the same guy who wrote Centipede Horror. I won't try and pronounce his name. But yeah, so again, that looks awesome. Really heavy. And then this one, like you shouldn't watch this film. Gotta be honest. Yeah, it shouldn't be allowed really. But this is Red to Kill. Okay, so this is insane. How I got a slipcover for this, I'll never know because this is like unicorn shit. Trying to get hold of this, I tell you, especially at a decent price, and I just paid a retail price for it. This is already worth over £100, and it's already a Blu-ray. But I was like, we said here's the back. I don't know if I should show you really. Just have a quick glimpse, and then take it a sip, and then that's that. Then so this is just a psychotic movie about a psycho, and just every time he sees a woman wearing red, he just goes mad because of trauma when he was youngster. Like, and honestly, there's all sorts going on. I'm not even going to say it. You just Google it if you're ever going to watch this film, just to make sure. Red to Kill. To be fair, it's not something that's going to be on ITV tonight at 10 o'clock. So if you're going to watch it, you're purposely watching it. But yeah, if you can ever get your hands on those, they are the hardcore of the hardcore, the Cat 3. They don't come much heavier than that, I gotta be fair. Another one I managed to guess. So this one came out from Severin a couple of years ago, I think, now maybe 18 months ago, and it sold like hotcakes, and I couldn't get my hands on one, and I know I'm going to pay scalpel prices on eBay of like £200 or whatever, but then just the other day, out of nowhere, like someone was advertising one for the normal price, £60. So Maniac 2. So it's really the last horror film, but Severin do this all the time. Like they make these mock clips, so they're like sequels of other films. They've done it like Terminator, Evil Dead, Jaws. They've done quite a few different ones, but they're cool anyway. But like I said, they're hard to get because they're so niche. They do sell fast. So I was happy to get this mint condition, obviously, as well. You know why it is when you're buying something like this, because it's always coming from a collector, so it's always looked after, really. They're only selling it because they're skint. They probably wouldn't want to sell it, I know that feeling all too well. But yeah, I'm glad to have it. It's gone to a good home anyway. So yeah, this has got the main man Joe Spinelli and everyone's favourite sweaty legend. So wicked artwork there on the underneath. And then because it's from Severin, obviously it's stacked couple of discs and all that caper like. So yeah, so this was a great old pickup for me. Some people might not see it that way because the movie's shot on off the cuff, like, what, going rogue in Cannes, and there's not even supposed to be filming. Like when Carolyn Monroe runs through the hotel in just a towel, that's like not a set. It's like really people in there, and she just runs through screaming or whatever, like. So it's all like there's a word for it, I can't think what it is now, but guerrilla. It's all shot guerrilla style. So yeah, happy days. So that's Maniac 2. So, or the last horror film. Awesome movie. Then a couple of Arrow new releases. Well, I say new releases. This was on the October slate. I think there may be the November one. So Miss 45. So yeah, anyone who knows me knows my bread and butter is this rape, revenge, exploitation. Like I Spit on Your Graves, one of my favourite films. This is one of my favourite films. I love revenge movies, especially when they're from the 70s and they're exploitive, like a thriller. That's another one I love. So yeah, this is right up my street. So I watched this already. Absolutely awesome. Like obviously the picture quality is amazing. This one's a bit different to the others because the revenge can be quite slow to come in the others, but this one, by about 25 minutes, she's just taking in gangs of blokes with shotguns, whatever, like looking awesome. So she's hot as well, the woman, in fair play. Um, so it's directed by Abel Ferreira. He can be a bit hit or miss for me. Probably a bit hit or miss for everybody, really. Like Driller Killer's pretty cool, although not a movie you can watch regularly. His version of Body Snatchers, Invasion of the Body Snatchers is really good. That's what I used to watch all the time as a kid with Gabriel Anwar on the military base. But I haven't got that movie in my collection. I wouldn't mind getting that actually. So there we go. I don't know if I had a reverse Villard on this one. Oh God, did I not flip that when I watched it? Got that the old school, I knew. Absolutely awesome. Pumped with extras, which I haven't got time to watch yet, but I'd say I watched the movie. Absolutely awesome. So yeah, Miss 45. I felt that slice of exploitation goodness. If only Arrow could keep up this sort of consistency with releases, I tell you. Um, so another one from Arrow then, In the Mouth of Madness. So this is a John Carpenter film from the 90s. Now, depending on who you speak to, some people will say John Carpenter in the 90s went straight downhill. I think it's a bit of a mixed bag, to be honest, but I don't know, like, why he's trying to channel, like, his inner David Lynch, like, it's just not his style. He should have just stuck to the bog standard, start, beginning, and middle type movies, start, beginning, beginning, middle, end, standard storyline, all this mind f stuff. So anyway, some people like this film. I didn't think it was very good. I hadn't watched it for a while, but I watched this on Halloween. I remember when my kids finished trick or treating, they went to a house party with my wife, so I came home and I watched this, coached up with my dog, and yeah, it looked amazing. It's like this freaky old guy on a bike. Like, and it will put the willies up, like, if you're sensitive. But like, as a storyline goes in an actual movie, I thought it was a bit whack, to be honest. Like, but to be can stay in a collection for now. But if I ever face skint times, it might not survive. So, In the Mouth of Madness. Okay, and then one of my favourite releases of the year, I only was a basic bitch on this. I got the Elm Street collection. I waited because I knew this was going to go down in price pretty damn quick with Christmas coming up, Black Friday, the fact that everyone was buying up the steel books. So I got this for 80 quid in the end, 80 quid for 7 brand new 4Ks, including the new cut of number 5 that no one's seen. So everyone's paying £200 or more for steel books. What I'm not going to do is knock the Steelbook collection. If you like them, then it's probably awesome. But I just can't look after them. The last straw came for me a couple of weeks ago. I was tidying up my films and having to move around, and I dropped one of those Shaw Brother box sets. I can't believe it. Dropped a Scream Factory Steelbook of I think it was They Live, and it just destroyed it. They should be called tin books. I'm not being funny. I know they're not designed for dropping Shaw Brother collections on, but like they just come all damaged. They scratch easy. I can have ones I don't even watch, and then when I go in to watch it a year later, I take off the shelf. It's battered. I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, your boy don't do steelbooks anymore, and everything's coming out steelbook, and they're so lazily done now, and they're robbing your money. Like, look at Night of the Living Dead. Everyone went mad for that film. It's crap. Like, the original is one of the best films ever, the black and white. But half the people who own the steelbook of the remake by Tom Savini don't even own the 4K of the original. It's fucking blasphemous. Like, if you ask me, it's not a hype film, like, but for like, for all these people going mad for it, like, and it's selling out everywhere, I just stick to my DVD for now, like, till they do a standard release. But yeah, that's enough waffle again. So this was wicked. I've only watched 2 of them. I watched 5 and 6. I went to cinema to see number 2 a couple of weeks ago for the 40th anniversary or 45th anniversary, and I've seen 1 and 3 and 4 more times I've had cooked dinner. So I jumped in for 5 first, the alternative cut that no one's seen with the extra special effects with the scene on the bike. And yeah, I gotta be honest, number 5, it might not be the best film in the series, but it's got the best effects. I don't care what anyone says. There's some amazing set pieces in this in number 5 for the effects work. Number 6 is just shit. I hate it. It is just crap. Like, you got all the Wizard of Oz and the Acme stuff, and nothing against Rachel Tallahay. I know she produced a lot of the other Freddy films, and she was like part of the New Line Freddy Krueger cinema family, like, the house that Freddy built. But nah, she just wasn't equipped to direct the movie. I'm sorry, like, but yeah. So I put the 3D glasses on as well. It's just, that was about the funnest part of the movie. But otherwise, the story's just crap. It's just rubbish. But 5, I found a new love for. I thought 5 was alright, especially with the effects work looking so great in 4K. So yeah, this is well worth it. £80, you won't spend a better £80 than this, I tell you. So that's awesome. And I tell you what I have been doing is, since the news that Scream Factory are not necessarily going out of business, but they're going to go down the streaming route, and they're just going to release movies through Groove in America, through like a third party or whatever. So they've still got announcements, so they're still doing films, that's for sure. But they're not going to have an own website to buy it off, so I don't know where I'll get them. So anyway, so I've been snatching up as many as I can if I can find them cheap. It's been a bit of a little adventure I've been on. So first one I got, and this started it off really, I grabbed Charles Play, the first one, because I haven't got all the Charles Play movies. I had that crappy Blu-ray box set, the little yellow one, no slipcover, nothing, and I just sold it like for like 30 quid, and I wanted to get them in 4K because Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Chucky, Hellraiser, and Halloween. You just got to have them, and I got to have them in their best quality. So for me, that Arrow box set, although it was cheap in the sale, it don't line up, does it, when you put the lid on, and they haven't got the first movie in 4K. Or you can argue that you get in the documentary To Live with Chucky or whatever, but there's no original artwork. They all got these stupid cardboard yellow boxes you open. So I thought, no, I'm just going to go down the Screen Factory route. I don't care what it costs. So the most expensive one was the first one, literally. So I've got the slipcover, awesome. Got the original artwork under there, awesome. So I did pay a bit more. I think I paid like 35 quid for this one, second hand. But, what can you do with that one? But then these are the daddies then. Like I got this one for 20 quid. So number 2 with the slip, my favourite one of the lot. I've seen this film more times than I cooked dinners when I was a kid. Blonde girl in it, I used to think she was like my hero in movies and everything. Like, this number 2 is absolutely awesome. And then number 3, I like A Newfound Love, really. I didn't like it so much when I was younger. I think I didn't like the army base setup, but as I got older, I think it's pretty good, and he looks cool as at the end. It's the best looking Chucky of them all when he gets half his face sliced off when they're in that like theme park thing at the very end. So yeah, overall really good. Hard movie to get in the 90s. This was in the UK. I used to have number 1, number 2, Watch the Death, but you could never get this one because of the sad Jamie Bulger case. But here it is, Charles Play 3, absolutely awesome. This was the hardest one to get after the first one. Bride of Chucky. This was sold out everywhere with a slipcover, apart from the older, I wouldn't really say they were scalpels on eBay. They were charging a normal price, but it was coming from America, so by the time you do the postage and all that caper, sorry, bit of a disturbance in the force there. So yeah, so this was the hardest one to get after the first one, the Bride of Chucky with a slipcover. So like I said, I didn't pay a scalpel price for it, but paid quite a bit, like 30 quid or whatever, with the delivery from America. So still in the cellophane on this one, so it's new, so that's all good. So I watched number 3 and number 2. They looked amazing. I watched number 1 as well, but I fell asleep after about 20 minutes, so I can't keep. But yeah, they look better. They look quality. This is definitely the best way to own them. I got to be fair. Screen Factory way. And then I grabbed Curse as well because this one was going for about 18, so I just grabbed it while I could. It was second hand, but I don't mind, like, you know what I mean? And then I just need Seed and Cult, the 2 worst ones, but they got those on Film Treasures with a slipcover, and they're all over eBay for £20, so I'm not worried because they ain't going to go anywhere. So I grabbed those 2 when I can. So a couple of others I grabbed second hand, The Blob. 20 quid, don't mind paying it at all, like for a Screen Factory movie, I gotta be fair. Second hand is always looked after, and they're always from collectors, these sort of movies. You don't get randomers buying boutique label stuff. So yeah, there's The Blob, happy days. I watched this. The 4K was absolutely awesome. Shawnee Smith from Saws in it, if you're looking for, spot the young actress in an old movie sort of thing. The Blob. This one I haven't unwrapped yet because I'm saving it obviously for bit closer to Christmas, so Black Christmas. I did have a 101 release of this, but it's grainy as hell, so I don't know what this one will be like. I'm sure it will be grainy, but I bought that 101 Black Christmas in my early days of boutique collecting mine. I didn't really understand the grain structure quite so much back then anyway, so maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought. But yeah, this is wicked, an awesome release, loads of extras on this one. So yeah, I'm going to take it this. I might watch the remakes as well, just to do a little bit of a dive or whatever on them. But anyway, Black Christmas, fucking awesome, and that's got Olivia Hussey as well, or Hussey, who's one of the fittest birds from back in the day. Trust Bumper when he says that. And then I got The Exorcist 3 as well. Buggers on Arrow on the sale. This was down to 18 quid with a slip cover. I thought I'd grab that. Then when I got paid, it had gone. So I thought, oh God, it's sold out. So I panicked. Well, I didn't really panic, but I paid an extra 2 quid, 20 quid, and bought it second hand on eBay, Screen Factory. So it's all good because there's another Screen Factory title to put in with the mix. But it's on the other website now with a slip cover for 18 quid. And it's slightly sturdier release, but whatever. Exorcist 3, I haven't watched it yet, so I can't give you a thing on the picture quality, but from Screen Factory, it's going to be awesome. This one only came today. I won't waste a lot of time on it because I'm going to do a video soon. I've sold quite a lot of high ticket items in my collection. I'm going to do a video on just about like why I sold them, how I felt afterwards, do I regret it, do I not regret it, you know what I mean? So that's going to be coming soon. It'll be a good video, that will. But anyway, I got this because I had a Steelbook of Demons 1 and 2. It was only a Blu-ray Steelbook, but it was out of print, so I sold it on eBay for about £35. It was in good condition, mind, don't get me wrong. CX sell it for 50, but it was only a Blu-ray, don't forget. So with that money then, I bought this. This was £49, so I had to put a bit more towards it, but I'm going through my collection and upgrading. I'm not buying a lot of brand new releases on release day because I find I'm just getting too much crap again, and I want to just focus on films that I want in my collection. That's why I grabbed those Chuckies and everything. So yeah, I got this. Look, this is from Synapse. I do prefer the Arrow double set that opens up like the TVs, but that's long gone now. So I don't want just the standards. I want something a bit special for it. So I got the Synapse one. So yeah, I got this from Film Treasures, my boys. Plenty of extras. The picture quality will be dope from Synapse. It'll just be the Arrow one. I think they're on. I think they're in cahoots like Synapse and Arrow, so that's all good. Yeah, so wicked artwork again. If you want to look a bit closer, I only came this morning, so I can't give you a thing. It looks a bit battered, mind you. I can see cracks in the case. But obviously, I wouldn't own just Film Treasures, the only little independent company. And I got plenty of covers. It's not their fault if the postman done it. So anyway, so yeah, Demons 1 and 2. Sweet as a nut, really. Never seen them in 4K, only ever had the Blu-rays, like I said. And then Second Sight, always bringing the pain. They were a couple of the things I sold high ticket by Second Sight releases, but obviously I didn't sell them all or anything, just a couple of ones, so I haven't given up collecting or anything. And then they released these two bad boys. So they're still in the cellophane at the moment, because I've seen these films quite a few times, and I'm just not ready for diving into it. I'll probably do it with this one first because I've only ever seen this in Blu-ray or 4K, but I had a lovely 4K steelbook of this from Germany, Turbine, but I sold it when this was announced because I got stupid money for it, and I bought this instead, and so I ended up with like 60 quid in my pocket and this one, so it's all good. And then you've got the releases there. Now I'm gonna get back into YouTube. I'll start doing proper unboxings and all of these as and when they come in. I won't bother with these today because you've probably seen them already, and I am just doing a collection update, and I don't want it to drag on too long. But if you do want a closer look, then let me know in the comments, and I will do unboxings on them. I got X on like a German leather media book. It's not exactly uniform, but it's the best it's going to get because Second Sight are not doing X because they don't own the rights in the UK. And I didn't want to miss out on these, so it's just going to be the way it is. It's going to have to be slightly ununiformed. And then down to the last two then, really. So one of my favourite films ever. It used to be a bit of an edgelord if you had seen this, but it's so popular these days that it's not really quite the impactful movie it once was. But that doesn't take away from the fact that it's an amazing movie. Just because something gets a commercial attention or whatever, a wider audience, we shouldn't make it a bad movie, which it don't. So this is Martyrs, the French Extreme movie. So I got all the French Extreme movies that I like there in 4K. I think Frontiers, Inside, High Tension. So Second Sight done all those. They didn't do this one, but it's not exactly uniform, but they're about the same size and everything. So they don't look, completely out of place when you put them next to each other. So it's all good. And I haven't got a lot of UV gut, but they're underrated. See my sweaty fingerprints on there. So I watched this. Obviously, the 4K is amazing. The film's amazing. Everything's amazing about it, really. It's the standard artwork there. The box is lovely, the design and everything. You got half the one girl, half the other one, half Lucy, and who's the other girl? Lucy and Anna. So yeah, so that's cool. Sorry, another disturbance in the force there. So yeah, the last one up then, and the best of the lot for me anyway. So quite expensive this one really, but it's from my boys over at Film Treasures again. So that's the Deadly Spawn. Just look at the artwork on that. So this is only shot on 16mm, so it's got no business being on 4K, but I ain't going to turn it down. Look at the back. Absolutely awesome. What a release this one is. And this is what I love about collecting the boutiques, the American labels like Synapse. They know how to do it. Look at this. Come on. Absolutely awesome. So this is probably going to be my release of the year, I've got to be fair. When everybody's buying up their Sinners and their bloody one battle after another or whatever. This is how Bumpers Movies getting down, the Deadly Spawn. So yeah, absolutely phenomenal release from Synapse there. I can't wait to see what they bring next year after they've released some absolutely awesome movies this year, like Rumpelstiltskin and Trick or Treat was there, the red shirt pictures I don't know if they're in cahoots with them, but similar type of thing. So yeah, happy days, a little bit of Synapse. And that's that one. So, yeah, okay, so that's my collection update. Feels good to be back. I hope everybody enjoyed the video, and I'm going to start doing a weekly video on a Sunday now, so I'm going to show anything I picked up that week, and we're going to go through all the new releases for the following week. I used to do it before anyone says, oh, copying my idea, blah, 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 blah. It was one of the first types of series videos I did, and I used to enjoy it. Now I've got a better setup, I can do that again. So, yeah, I've been Bumper. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you soon.